Hi, I'm Mallory Brooke, makeup artist and content creator here on YouTube, and today I have a basket full of new makeup, new releases, and some things that I purchased because I was so interested in trying this brand, which we will get into. I am so excited to try these new items. The first thing I already have tried, but I want to try again to see as amazing as the first time I tried it, or it's just happened to be like a good dark circle day. So I'm gonna try the new Haus Labs Triclone Concealer. The concealer in Rosy Fair, that's another thing. I think this is like a really good shade for me, but still, I wanted to try it again today. And I am going to apply this in this new way that I've been really enjoying applying my concealer that gives me enough coverage, but also is helping not create creping or enhancing fine lines. And I am going to be using the Gabby Rose Pro 04 Concealer and Cream Brush. I have been loving to use this for concealers. Can you guys believe it? Those of you who've watched me for years, I'm sure you're like, what the heck is happening? You're using brushes for your face? Yes, because the Gabby Rose brushes are so soft and honestly give you a sponge-like finish, but just are so luxurious. So I've really just been enjoying using these brushes to apply my coverage products, which is wild for me. Okay, so I feel like I have decided to keep this concealer after trying this one other time because it truly ends up looking like skin. And so far, the one other time I've worn it, it lasts all day and it just looks like skin. I mean, I still see my fine lines peep through, but it's not like product is settling there or anything. So I've really enjoyed this. I have not tried the foundation. A lot of you have recommended it, but it's been out for so long. Let me know if you would still like me to review it. I will, if you really want me to. I might love it, but like, it's just like the By Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I hated that foundation. Love the concealer though. All right, moving on to the next new product. I have tried this palette already, but I have not tried this shade of the setting powder. I purchased this. I've already done a first impressions of some of the colors in here, but not all of them. But today I'm just going to try the new shade to me, which is the finishing powder in diffused light right here. Now I've tried ethereal light and I loved it. It's like a little bit of a pinky undertone, really brightens the under eyes and sets beautifully. And I'm going to set my concealer with the Gabby Rose Pro 02. I'm gonna go right into diffused light. Now I discussed this in my other video. I purchased the Hourglass Ambient Glow powders when they first released years ago, and I wasn't impressed with them. But like I said, I was in my 20s, so I didn't have like the same concerns with my skin as I do now, which is fine lines and all of that kind of stuff, especially under my eyes. So I can appreciate maybe what these powders can do a little more than I did in my 20s, because I really liked the ethereal light. And I would say I really like this diffused light. It's yellow, but it's more yellow, but it definitely brightens. So I'm just gonna set my concealer because I am doing a foundation review on the new foundation. I will have everything that I use, mention, and that's on my face in the info below if you are curious. And yes, they are affiliate links if I can help it, because this is what I do for a living. So if you shop through my links, you help support this channel, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. All right, next, new product, not new to me though, the Hourglass Arch Brow. Why not throw this in here? This is probably like the 10th one I've purchased over the years. But I do feel like every time I get a new one, because it takes a while for me to go through. The Arch Brow, I purchased the shade Platinum Blonde. I feel like the packaging just gets lighter and lighter every time I repurchase, because this is $34, which is very expensive for a brow pencil. But it is the only one that I find lasts the way I want it to and actually matches my brow hair color. So repurchase it, right? But I feel like when they first launched, the packaging was so much heavier in the hand, and I was like, so that's part of where the $34 goes. But it was great because I have arthritis in my hands, so that the weight actually really felt nice. But this is like super lightweight now. which is a little disappointing. But the product, thank God, is the same because I cannot find another brow pencil or brow product that matches my brow hairs and that lasts and doesn't look like a brow product in my brows, like the Hourglass Arch Brow. It's just one of those things that really, it's like mascara for me. It's really hard for me to stray from a favorite because I have a lot of requirements, you know? Like my brows can't be too warm and every blonde brow pencil wants to lean red, but I probably haven't repurchased a brow pencil in probably like 8 months. Okay, so like this lasts a long time, but I always get nervous when I repurchase this because I'm like, is it gonna be lighter weight? Is the formula still gonna be as amazing? $34 amazing? Yes, brand new, love it. It's a staple. All right, next up is the brand new Natasha Denona Mini Triochrome eyeshadow palette. I am very excited to try this. She also just released the gray shade, the gray tone one, the Xena. What is it? Oh my God, I don't know. But the blues, when I saw that this was being released, I was like, my favorite pop of color is blue. So before we dive into the shadows, I'm gonna go ahead and lay a foundation down for the shape that I want. I'm gonna use the new Laura Mercier Caviar eyeliner in the shade Blue Marine. And it is like a very deep charcoal, kind of a blackened blue. And I obviously want to create a smoky blue eye with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and line the upper part of the lid here. And you don't have to be like perfect with this because we're smudging it out. And I'm gonna go ahead and line my lower lash line as well and my waterline. We're gonna get smudgy and smoky, and I may have to freaking pin back my bangs, which I don't want to. I've really liked having my bangs, but when I go to put makeup on and they're falling in my face and I'm like, get out of my face, and it's just like, they're there, and I did it to myself, but I love them. So back to it. I'm just gonna line all the way around. And what I love about Blue Marine is it shows up as blue. It's not like too dark or too light. Like you have a lot of depth there. And now I'm just gonna take a clean smudger brush. This is the BK Beauty 204. It's clean, and I'm going to shape this out. And I'm gonna flick upward and smudge upward and out. With that, blend a little with my finger. And I have enjoyed for a little bit like a straight out cat eye, but recently I've really been enjoying doing a little bit more of a lifted, kind of winged, lengthened eye. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Smudge, 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 and go upward with the wing, line all the way around. Now you can always do your liner after you've laid down your shadows, but when you do it this way, it kind of blends and smudges for you the entire rest of the time you do your eye makeup, and then everything looks so much more seamless and skin-like. And then if you go back over it with a liner to like deepen it up, it just looks, to me personally, a little more blended. Like you've pre-blended everything. But it's definitely whatever you want to do. You can always do this after you've laid down your eyeshadows. And I'm just smudging back towards the inner corner of my eye. I need to. I'm hunched over, girl. All right, now that we have laid down a bit of a foundation, it is time to go in. All right, I want to do a classic gradient smoky eye because for one thing, I have something to try from another brand that's really exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down this powder blue on my lid. And I'm gonna use a MAC 213 for this. It's just a tiny little shader brush. I love the Natasha Denona mini palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply, oh wow. I'm just applying this right over that liner. It's funny because this does remind me of Mimi, but my nickname growing up was Mimi. I don't know why. It was like a family nickname, and it was something that I just did not like. So here we are, fully embracing our Mimi-ness. That's a beautiful shade of blue though. And I'm just gonna do the same thing over here. Oh my gosh, I think this blue with just some mascara would be so pretty. I think I accidentally kicked up a little shimmer from the other shade, but this is a completely matte shade of blue. Ooh, it's pretty, pretty, pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A502, which is a smaller blending crease brush, and I'm going to run this through my crease and outward, keeping our shape that we created. But usually these types of blues really don't have that much pigmentation, but this is really, really nice. I would say It is a little difficult to blend, but I feel like most matte lighter blues are. Something in the formulation of creating this shade can tend to be a little patchy and a little bit difficult to work with. But saying all that, I would say this is definitely one of the easier matte light blues that I've worked with before. Now I am going to take that same MAC 213, apply that little matte blue there on the edge of it, right on the tip. I'm gonna run this through my lower lash line and blend right over where we applied that liner. Dang, I did end up with a little bit of shimmer on this brush, but we're gonna go back in with shimmer, so I'm not too concerned. And now I'm gonna take that BK Beauty A502 and blend underneath. Blues always bring out like the honey in my eye color, which is nice. You guys remember when Almay came out with the eyeshadow palettes that were like for your eye color? I was so pissed when the Hazel Eye one was purple. Purple is my like least favorite color, and I was like, really? It does really enhance hazel eyes though. But if you want to bring out the honey and browns in your hazel eyes, or even in your own brown eyes, definitely use a blue. And I like that this is like a warm undertoned lighter blue as well. Now to blend out further, I'm going to take a BK Beauty A503 and blend. Oh, I like this the way it is. All right, but we're not going to stop here. So now I am going to go ahead and take this like electric blue. I almost want to put that in the inner corner. I want to use all of these colors. So no, because we have the other thing I want to use. Okay, so we're going to apply this in the crease. Why not? And I'm going to take that Angie Hot and BK Beauty A502. I'm going to go right into this electric blue here. And I am going to actually shape out my little smoky eye here with this color. Okay, this is a lot deeper than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a little more electric blue, but it is definitely almost like a navy. All right. Well, that's a bit of a surprise, but not one that I hate. If it looked like it was gonna come off as this shade of blue, I'd go, ooh, that looks like it's gonna be muddy and I don't wanna mess with it. But kind of coming off pretty nice. I'm gonna keep my eye open. If you have lid space and you don't need to create kind of a fake lid space, you can close your eyes, but if you have hooded lids, doing your crease with your eyes open really helps create the illusion of more lid space, and also just kind of opens your eyes a little more. Open your eyes to more lid space possibilities. All right, I'm finding that this deeper blue is a little difficult to blend as you go. So I'm gonna blend out this way. It's almost like, okay, it's almost like it's blending in too much with that lighter blue. They almost look like the same shade. It's not that much deeper. And I know it looks a little patchy right now because we have not applied product right into the crease. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend, but we did that on purpose. I just wanted to create kind of like a, you know, illusion of more lid space, but now it's like looking kind of like the same color. Now to deepen up the outer corner, let's go into the deepest blue here. I'm gonna use a MAC 221, which is just a small crease brush. I bet this is gonna end up kind of black, like a blackened blue. Oh, no, that's like turquoise. These are throwing me off. I mean, I know I have glaucoma, but what? All right, now I'm going directly into my crease with this because we are deepening up the outer portion of the eye with this. That's almost like a deep kind of blackened turquoise. Very interesting. Okay, this is starting to seem like all the same shade of blue, which I can kind of get behind because it makes it really easy to like create a seamless blue eye. And I like the price point for something like this because it is like a special color. So it's not like you've spent an extravagant amount of money on a palette that you thought you'd use all the time, you know? So like 20, are they 27 now? I don't remember what I paid. I bought mine from Ulta. It kept saying it was available at Sephora and I don't know if it is or not yet, but I will link it below. I also have a discount code with Natasha Denona if you want to purchase from their website. I'll link that. I'll put that in the info box below as well. Gets you 15% off. Okay. Bringing in these shimmers, I think, is what's really gonna change the game. I'm just gonna clean this up with my concealer brush here. That deeper blue kind of got a little out of hand. Now we're definitely like mimified. Now I'm gonna go back into the Laura Mercier Caviar eyeliner in Blue Marine. And I'm going to reinforce this wing a little bit because I am now very excited to go into this shade here, which has like a purple shift. You guys see that? There's the triochrome. We're getting into the triochromes. And I am going to smudge this liner out with this. I'm gonna be real honest with you, I forgot this was her triochrome formula. I was so caught up in the matte blues. Oh, wow. Okay. That's really pretty, and I'm going in upside down with my brush to pull that pigment up and just keeping right with that wing and not going further than the shadow placement. Look at that. Ooh. Now that all over the lid, whew, that would be beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna reinforce this wing and try to see out of my right eye. I'm going to go in upside down with my brush, pull that pigment up, and I'm just gonna press more of that triochrome shade right over that wing and pull upwards until we get to the center of the eye to really get the payoff, you know what I mean? I wanna see it. All right, that is with the triochrome shade right over Laura Mercier's Blue Marine. Now, for the very center of the eye, I'm gonna go into this shade here. And ooh, it looks like this has like pinky shift. We're about to find out. Oh no, it's definitely like an ice blue shift. Icy blue. All right, there's the side with the icy blue, and here's the side without. You go, stick with the deeper smoky eye, but today we're trying all the shades. I love that this is a mini palette because it's such a good accessory palette to the neutral eyeshadow palettes that you may already own. And I always tilt my head back because I have hooded lids so I can really see where the pigmentation is going and making sure that I don't just stop at my eyelid there, so we can really create some faux lid space. I'm gonna build this up. I feel like this could give me more than it's giving me right now. I'm gonna go towards the center of the lid now because I'm about to go in with a different product and I wanna see what this can really do. It's really pretty with that deeper triochrome shade. All right, that is super pretty. So I am gonna go ahead and call it a day on the Natasha Denona Mini Triochrome palette. I think that this is a stunning, just classic gradient look. I'm gonna do just a little bit of blending through here, kind of flicking outwards. Now, this is the product that I have been mentioning this entire video. It is the Rabanne, because surprise, Paco Rabanne now makes makeup, and I had no idea until I was shopping for all the new released products. They make makeup, and I purchased the Color Shot Cream to Paint Pearly Liquid Eyeshadow. They have a matte version and a shimmer version, but this is the pearly, more gold version, and Pearly Glow. I purchased the shade Glow Up. Yeah, Glow Up 91 Glow Up. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit to the back of my hand. And this is like a champagne-y taupe. And I'm gonna use a Patrick Ta for lips brush to apply this because this is actually the perfect little shape and density for applying products like this. And I am going to apply this just in the very inner corner. And hopefully this doesn't take away from the look. Ooh, you know what I could do with this? Create a little cut crease. Now I'm imagining, what if we applied that shimmer shade in the Triochrome palette over this? But we may have to do that. All right, that is the Rabanne Color Shot Cream to Paint eyeshadow in the shade Glow Up. Ooh, that's really pretty though. Ooh. Okay, let's get to the other side before it dries on my hand. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Tilt my head back and go ahead and create a little cut crease. I went in a little stronger on this side because I'm a little more confident with the product now. Oh wow, it instantly kind of feels like a powder shadow. I wonder if this is gonna make my lids look crepey. I will put the updates in the info box next to the products, by the way. I feel like that's super helpful because, you know, first impressions, like, oh, first impression, I love it. But then it's like, okay, girl, what about 8 hours later, you know? That's why I always try to do updates in the info box. Okay, I think that this is beautiful like this, but I can't help but to be tempted to go back in with this lighter shade. So I'm gonna do it. So let's see what it looks like over the Rabanne color shot. The color shot definitely, I feel like, brought out the turquoise in the triochrome. Well, that is one way to make it a little more bold. So here is with that triochrome shade right over the Rabanne color shot and glow up, and then here is the color shot by itself, which I really love, but I had to see, you know? I would say that the Rabanne color shot is now a really good accessory product for this palette. Wow. Those two are beautiful together. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that color shot that's left on the back of my hand, and it still hasn't dried down all the way. And I'm gonna take it through the inner corner here to brighten this up. This is like a really pretty, unique, almost like, it reminds me of like if they called this like moon something, I'd be like, yeah, that's the color of the moon. This is an interesting product. This is a very high coverage, creamy shadow. I'm impressed. Rabanne Beauty, huh? Okay. All right, now that I've lightened that up with the Rabanne color shot and glow up, like, look at that. It's a very kind of like high-end shade. There are some shades with eyeshadow and stuff and I go, ooh, that's a high-end color, you know? I'm gonna take the clean side of the Patrick Ta for Lips brush and I'm gonna dip into that lighter triochrome shade and I'm going to apply that right to the inner corner, right over that Rabanne color shot. Okay, there was like no fallout. I had one little like fuzz dust of blue there, which I think was from my brush, but I really like this eye look. I would say the triochromeness of this palette isn't as like whoa to me as I thought it would be, but it's definitely a really beautiful blue accessory mini palette, and you can get 15% off with my code if you shop through Natasha Denona's website. This is stunning. I think that this looks like a wintry blue eye look. So I think we're finished with the eyes. I really like the way that this turned out. I'm just gonna blend a little more here. All right, now I'm just gonna curl my lashes. I'll tell you what, that concealer looks really good with the ambient light powder that I used today, the other shade. I really thought I was gonna be super unimpressed with the Jellyfish palette, but I really like it. And I feel like I definitely have room for it in my makeup life. I don't feel like I have anything like it, especially the different uses for it, especially a setting powder that actually like matches my skin tone. So I'm gonna use the YSL Lash Clash Mascara because I have a new shade of this to use for my lower lashes. If you have not tried the YSL Lash Clash Mascara and you have like shorter eyelashes and all of that stuff and you don't really have that many eyelashes, I think you should try it because it's really nice and volumizing and it doesn't smudge or flake if you have hooded lids, which is a big requirement. Like I was talking about requirements, big requirement for me with mascaras. Like it better not smudge or flake, because a mascara that smudges and flakes like on regular eyes, it's like, ooh, that's a problem. But if you have hooded lids and it smudges and flakes, girl, it is an absolute makeup whole look destroyer. Because if your lashes are smudging on your lids and you have hooded lids, it's like it to other people looks like your entire lid is just covered in mascara. All right, now it is time to use the new YSL Lash Clash Mascara in the shade 4, which is, I love it. This blue is incredible. I loved blue mascara when I was a little girl, and I said this in a recent video that when you were a child of the 90s and your mom was a mom of the 80s, girl, blue mascara was very involved in your life. Like moms that were moms in the 80s wore blue mascara. Like, let's bring that back. How fun is this? Anyway, so I loved blue mascara growing up. I'd wear just blue mascara. This, if you are looking for a very vibrant, bold, neon blue mascara, girl, this is your mascara. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go really overboard with this. Now, here's the thing. Love the blue mascara, but say that you feel like it leaves too much, like there's not enough depth. You can go back in. This is without this trick, but you can go back in with black mascara or brown and just press along the lash line. Now here is the difference in applying black mascara and then going over with a blue on the tips. The tips will flake off. There's already too much product, but by applying the blue and then pressing the black to the lash line, you're not gonna get the flaking off because it's less product. And right there is where you've applied the least mascara of all. So here is the side with the black mascara and here is without. As you can see, you have a little more of a grounded lower lash line. There's, you know, depth there. Here it's like fun and airy and blue, which I love both, but just press. I'm not talking about stabbing your eye, but just get that very inner portion of where your lashes start, and now you have a nice grounded blue lower lash line. All right, now I'm just gonna bronze up my face a little bit with the bronzer that comes in the Jellyfish palette. And I'm just going to take my bangs out of my clips now, and I'm gonna bronze up my forehead. This bronzer shade is really good for my skin tone right now, which is an NC15. Honestly, I feel like I'm close to an NC10 right now because I'm just so pale. For one thing, starting on low-dose chemo again, girl, that'll suck the life out of your face like nothing else. And I'm just going to lightly bronze my cheeks further back here, kind of blend out that blue shadow with the bronzer. Like this face palette, I'm shocked because it has made me want to buy the powders individually. And I have just been so uninterested in Hourglass's powders for years. And I've really been liking bronzing up the center of my face more than I usually do. Probably because I'm so pale right now. Now for blush, I'm gonna use the brand new Makeup Forever. It's supposed to be a skin fusing long wear formula. So let's see buildable intensity and color payoff. I picked the shade Limitless Berry, which to me looks like just a pure red, which I'm very excited about. And I'm gonna use a Huda Beauty face and cheek color brush. Oh wow, look at that. Let's take some off on our wrist here because we can always go back in, but that's what it's looking like on my wrist. That's very pigmented. So that's why I'm using a bit of a stippling brush for this. And I'm just gonna keep this on the apples of my cheeks, right in the center. That is a really, really pretty color of blush. You don't have to take it over your nose, but I like it. Taking a little bit of the color too, along in my forehead. And you can drape with this, go a little bit lighter towards the outer part of the cheeks. I've just really been liking the pigmentation at the center of my face recently. It makes me look and feel more awake, which I definitely need right now. Wow. The color payoff, I didn't even dip back into my wrist. That's nuts. Now I have two options for highlight. I have the shade Wherever Pearl, which I think if I used a cooler undertoned blush might be the choice. It's almost like, here it is. It's almost like a lavender pearl. And then I have the shade Anywhere Glimmer. There's a difference right there. And this is golden. And I think since I used a warmer blush, I'm gonna go with Anywhere, there we go, Anywhere Glimmer. And these look very sheer. So I'm gonna use a Rephr 19. Start where I applied my blush, which is right on top of there. Just kind of gauge that. Okay, there is definitely larger shimmer and this is very, very golden. And then I'm just gonna blend out from there. Holy crap, okay, that went a long way. That little bit went a long way. And this is super golden. This would look really good if I had like a natural tan going on. I'm gonna go back in with what's left on that Huda Beauty brush, and I'm gonna go right over that. And that's always a trick. If you feel like your highlighter kind of took over where your blush was, girl, just go right back over with whatever was on your brush left over. Okay, I'm loving this look. For lips, I'm so excited. This is a new purchase. And this was also a new release of the shade range of Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner. This is the shade Deep Taupe. And I'm just going to line my lips with this. It reminds me of if Strip Down had a deeper sister. You know what I mean? All right, that is Deep Taupe, which is really pretty on its own. I purchased the new collab with Charlotte Tilbury and Elton John. I purchased it from her website. I don't think that this is available at Sephora. All right, we were having so much fun. We ran out of room on the card. So I purchased the shade Rocket Girl, and I think this is such a pretty shade. It is her Matte Revolution formula, which is really beautiful. Ooh. Now I gotta be honest with you guys, I have swatched this. I swatched it first on my vlogs, but I haven't tried it with Deep Taupe. That is a really pretty lip combo. I have to say, Rocket Girl's a little deeper than I thought it would be, but I'm not mad at it. All right, that's a really pretty combo. I love the packaging on this. And by the way, if you guys would like to join members on this channel, it is $2.99 a month and you get 4 vlogs a month plus access to all of my unlisted and archived videos. But I do end up swatching and playing with some new stuff over on the vlogs right when I get it in because I can't help myself. So anyway, those of you who are already members already saw me swatch this, but really beautiful. And the packaging, are you kidding me? Ooh, girl. And I was such like an Elton John fan when I was a kid. I grew up in a super religious home, so I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. So when I tell you I snuck and listened to secular music, I snuck and listened to secular music. And I did. I snuck and I listened to Elton John and I was like, he's so just lively. You know what I mean? I even would secretly record on little tapes, like blank tapes, or you could record the radio like over your Christian tapes. Okay, see what I'm saying, girl? I snuck that stuff all the time. And anytime I was at a friend's house, I was like, "You got that Spice Girls CD? Let's put that in. Let's put that in now. Time is ticking. Play Spice Girls." All right, so this is the finished look with all of the new makeup that was released and that I purchased. I love this look. Let's go over the products really quickly and my thoughts. I think if you don't have a lot of collection, I think that the Natasha Denona Mini Triochrome palette would definitely be a good addition to your makeup collection. Like I said, her mini eyeshadow palettes are perfect for an accessory shade range to maybe your normal neutral eyeshadow palettes that you already own. I know that I will get a lot of use out of this because blue is my favorite pop of color when it comes to on me personally. So really happy with the Triochrome palette. I think that this look turned out beautifully. We used all of the shades, and without the Rabanne Color Shot Cream to Paint eyeshadow in the shade Glow Up, I think it would have been beautiful, but this really did add that pop of the base that we needed for that inner portion of this eye look to really pop. And plus, like, look at that. What a high-end looking shade, you know? Just like a really light moon-like taupe. Are you kidding me? I'm really impressed with this. I don't feel like even after sitting on my lids for a while that it's looking crepey or anything. So something like this normally isn't more mature skin friendly, especially mature eyelids. But this seems to be. Again, I will keep you updated in the info below whether I ended up liking or hating the certain products. So keep that in mind. I will always update you there. This concealer really quickly, not the first time I've tried it. I'm still impressed. I'm still impressed, and this may be one of my favorite concealers of all time. I mean, it looks really good and it looks like skin, and I'll still keep you updated. The Hourglass Jellyfish palette. Today we used the new shade New to Me setting powder and diffused light under the eyes. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think I can go ahead and safely say time to take this plastic off. I am not returning it. Plus, this is for a good cause. They're unlocked is for a good cause. So you can read all about that if you want, but I really like the jellyfish for my skin tone and all of my looks that I like to do. Plus, I've used the other shades in here and they are beautiful. I will link the video where I first try this face palette in the info below in case you are curious. Next up, the new Makeup Forever Artist Blush. Wow, this is stunning, and this is in Limitless Berry. Limitless Berry, girl, I'm gonna use this probably a limitless amount of times. This is stunning. Then the highlight, big surprise. Do you see this? It looks like my skin is like glowing. I am testing out a glowy foundation. Really stunning. Again, that is the shade Anywhere Glimmer. The Lash Clash mascara in 4. I love a blue mascara. I love the Lash Clash formula, and I have to say it is the exact like nice volumizing formula that the regular black is. Now I really want to purchase the brown. I might get that at the Sephora sale. The lip combo combo. I'm so happy that I finally purchased the new shade in Deep Taupe. I say it's new. It was new to, like, it was a new addition to the lip line shade range, but I'm glad that I purchased it. I really like it. I would say that it's in between Strip Down and Cork. MAC, Strip Down and Cork. Sometimes I talk in like industry talk and I assume you know that I mean MAC, but not everybody knows, so I apologize for when I do that. MAC's Strip Down and MAC's Cork lip liner. I would set this right in between. So if you feel like Cork is too dark and a little cool toned for you, and you feel like Strip Down is a little too warm and light for you, I think you'd really like Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Taupe. Then of course, the Charlotte Tilbury Elton John collab in the shade Rocket Girl. I love this for so many reasons. You heard why, and the shade is beautiful. There is one other shade that's more of a berry shade. I don't wear those shades often enough to justify that purchase, but the nude shade definitely justified. I think it's a beautiful, like, pinky nude. Do I have something in my teeth? I was about to get mad at you for not telling me. Love Rocket Girl. The packaging, are you kidding me? Well, those are all the new products for today. Let me know what you're interested in. Have you tried any of these products and what your favorites are? We would love to know in the comments. And again, I will list everything, including the brushes that I used today, in the info box below. If you have any questions or you're looking for some discount codes, girl, I have several. They're down there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.
All right.